Today I'm going to be talking about my 1998 Audi A8. Well, I'm making this video because whenever I look this car on internet, the only thing that shows up is a bunch of videos of people hooning the hell out of them in some Slavic country, Russia, who knows. But the thing is that there is nothing on English that can tell me anything about this car, and I feel people should know about it. It's pretty interesting, and I think personally it's pretty cool. So a few months back I was looking to get my first European car. At that moment I'm a student, mechanical engineering student, and at that point I was doing an internship at this well, let's say European focused place. The company I worked for specialized in building Porsche race cars, servicing Porsche race cars, Ferraris, anything related to racing, and also anything related to European road cars as well. So I had a Lexus, which was really comfy, really nice to drive, all that kind of stuff, but it wasn't stylish. I don't know, it was missing something there. It was good on everything, but at the same time it wasn't perfect or great in any specific department. I started doing my research as every time I go look into a car, and I found that these cars, that other than the transmission, is very reliable. One of the most reliable Audis there is out there. Bulletproof engine, really good chassis. The entire car is made of aluminum. In fact, it's the first all aluminum mass-produced cars. Before this car, most of the aluminum monocoque chassis car, space frame, they were supercars like the NSX, for example. So let's get into it. So as I said before, this 1998 car, I was lucky to find a really clean example of this model. You never see them, never see D2s. This is the D2 generation. You normally see the D3s, which were from 2004, 2011, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see, I got lucky. The previous owner put this set of wheels of a newer Audi D3, I think 09, 010 model year, and they look amazing compared to the 16-inch wheels they had from factory. I have made a little changes. As you can see, I lowered the car with KW coilovers, and you can see it sits much better. The suspension is not really harsh at all, it's really nice. I put these European spec corner lights and fender turn signals because they were orange and that didn't really look very good. I felt this kind of black and clear white looks very nice. I'm trying to make a little bit of a VIP build following the Japanese culture of VIP or Bipu, how they say it. So I modified just little stuff, nothing too crazy. So let's jump in interior. The interior, I haven't done anything. I just got floor mats because the ones that were on it really sucked. And then the interior, you see this really nice cream whitish interior. I haven't done anything here really. The only thing I have done is that I replaced the center console with a newer S8 model. This car had two models. They had a facelift model up to 2001 to the last model G that was 04. The front changed a little bit, some interior components. The dash is different in newer models as well. They allow for a bigger radio with a screen for GPS. This was thinner on the original car, and then they changed to this type armrest. But everything else really stayed the same. The rear, everything. This car has a newer rear bumper. The rear bumper on this car didn't have that chrome strip that you can see over there. But pretty much everything else stays the same. Oh, they didn't put wood here, but this had leather padding on newer models. Other than that, pretty much the same. You can see here that this says Audi space frame, and that is related to the space frame construction of this car. It's pretty interesting to see. If you lift the floor mat on this car, you can see that you can actually see the chassis of the car. I thought that was really weird. I never see that before in a car, but you know, it works. The sound installation is very good. I have no problem whatsoever with this. Let's check out other stuff in the interior. This car, as I said before, is an all-wheel drive car. It's a 1998 model year, and well, you can see there is still a cassette player in here. There is a 60 changer in the back. There is dual zone climate control for the driver and passenger, and there is also an auto mode, and you know there is two auto modes, one for each side, and the AC works wonderful here. There is heated seats front and rear. In the front they have 6-way adjustable. You can see it goes all the way to 6, which is very cool. You can select your proper hearing, and then you also have a lot of wood on this car, a lot of wood, some brushed aluminum accents. You can see it here as well. You can find that in the rear seat cup holders. This is supposed to be Alcantara or suede, I'm not sure. It doesn't kind of look like that, but that's what they say it is. I also have memory seats. It have for 4 people, memory seats. Automatic mirror, central locking, sunroof. Something really interesting about the sunroof I'll show later is that if the car is running, the car is off, but you want to keep running the AC or everything, you can do it. The car can be off, and let's say your kids are in the car and you are in the store, whatever. The AC, everything keeps running because it has a solar panel in the sunroof. Other things that this car offers is a really nice Bose audio system. You can see that there's a few speakers around here. It's a really nice audio system with a really nice bass as well. And other things that you can do is you can control the rear sunshade there's a rear sunshade, and also you can move the headrest of the rear passengers. Well, the motor for those tend to go back, and well, sadly on this car it did go bad, but as you can see the sunshade rear, it still works. The sunroof as well works wonderfully. What else? Oh, these seats also are the bolstering, you can be adjusted. They're really nice, really comfy. The headrest can be adjusted as well automatically, and that didn't work, but I fixed it. Let's see what else we can see in the back. So in the back seat I have done a few improvements. Sorry for the boxes. Since following that VIP kind of culture, I put some tablets here, and I sorted out these tray tables from a Jaguar Bandem Plus, and you see they fit really nice. It was really hard to find the color match this, and well, you see the tone, the white leather in Jaguar seems to be very similar to this one, so most people see this and think it's factory. So here you can see that polished metal, as I said before, really nice because it never got used. Normally here there is a first aid kit. I don't know where this one is. Here from factory, some cars have an option from the you can have a fridge, or you can have this open. You can open this and then to get skis in here. Yes, skis. Talk about rich people sports. Let's see what else. See, we have our sunshades in here. Also you have an AC vent, 2 AC vents, one on each side, and we have this central AC vent. We look at the back, nothing special. 4-wheel disc brakes, so wheel drive again. Haldex system, 50-50 distribution on power. I did do an exhaust on this car. Just has 2 mufflers, just got one. Everything has stock headers. Still has a cat, and well, it sounds pretty good. Walking to the outside of this car, you can see a neat little touches. Like, you see how thick the windows are on this car. They are made this way for sound insulation, and believe me, it's really quiet here. Whenever I want to listen to the exhaust of this car, I always lower the window because you cannot listen to anything. Another thing here, like I mentioned before, the solar panel. Truth to be told, I don't know if it works. Maybe it doesn't. But you know, I'm just by myself all the time, so I don't need to leave the car on or anything like that. Another thing very interesting on this car is you see the size of this mirror, not very big, but then you walk to the other side, and what do you see? An even smaller mirror, which is extremely weird. Never seen that before. It has a neat feature. When you go in reverse, you can select, and then it moves down a little bit, looks down, so you can not take care of your wheels and not get the car too close to a curb or to a wall or to anything. Again, we have 4-wheel disc brakes. So the previous owner upgraded the discs, but I want to go back to stock because they're probably not that nice of equipment. We also have washing front headlights. This car came with halogens, but I upgraded to European HIDs. They're really old type HIDs, so they're not as blue as newer ones, but let's check them out anyway. I put LED bulbs on the outside. Oh, seems like I have to turn the key. Well, can see we have our HIDs, and I put, for extra JDM feel, some really nice yellow fog lights, because as you can see there's nothing over here. Those are the fog lights. So I kept this HID for low beam, high beam are still normal halogens, LED on the side, and then yellow for the fog lights. And kind of different, but it works just fine. This car also has rear fog lights, which is something I didn't even know existed before of this. Let's check the engine bay. Let's see what we got over here. Well, what we got here is an all original, all stock 4.2 liter 32 valve V8. This engine makes 300 HP, and if I'm not mistaken, 290 or 310 around there pound-feet of torque, which is good enough. This car, even though it's all-wheel drive, weighs around 3,900 pounds, which is not bad compared to other cars of the era. 7 Series is about the same or even more, and E38 7 Series. And as you can see, the reason actually why they made this car an aluminum chassis car is because they wanted to get the weight down, because when you have all-wheel drive, the cars are just heavier because you have 2 differentials, 2 more axles, blah blah blah. You are twice everything. So that's the main reason that of why they did that, and well, they were just as heavy as their competitors back then. Other detail here is that you can see that the engine is pretty much, you see that this is the front axle is about here, and the engine even is in front of the front axle. Actually, some of these models were even front-wheel drive. In Europe they have diesels. Here they were offered with a 3.7 liter V8 with around 240 HP, and they were front-wheel drive. This model, the Quattro, as you can see here, is the one with all-wheel drive. After the facelift in 2001, they were offered just with all-wheel drive and this engine, that's it. But it's a pretty good engine, very reliable. The only thing I have done to this car on the engine wise is really just change spark plugs, oil, air filter, basic maintenance, and it's been amazing. I've driven all around the Midwest and been crazy reliable. Drive it every day. This is my daily, and it's been fine. One thing I want to point out about this car is how wonderful it drives. It's a really great combination between comfort and responsiveness and handling and all of that. I had my Lexus, and my Lexus, well, it was a great car, but it was trying to please too many people at the same time. I mentioned this before. This car just went for it in a different way. Everybody else was doing rear-wheel drive. These guys were doing all-wheel drive and offering weird engines, and it really is kind of weird that the engine is all the way in the front. It obviously makes sense of the configuration of this car, but normally you don't see this configuration in like Mercedes or BMWs. They were doing, everybody was doing different stuff. These cars are made to drive 100 miles an hour or more in the Autobahn for hours and hours, and with no cruise through Europe, no problem whatsoever. These have independent front and rear suspension, and one thing about this car is really nice is the body, and the entire car is aluminum, the chassis and everything. It's really hard to find one of them with rust. Suspension elements are aluminum too, exhaust is stainless, so finding a clean example is not a problem. And also most of the people that got these cars back in the day took care of them. The problem again is the transmission. Some people just leave them to die because they don't want to fix the transmission. It's kind of pricey, but you find a nice example like this one with transmission already being fixed, and you want a nice daily driver that is great on winter, and it looks cool because I feel it's a beautiful car to look at, go for it. Well, there you have it. This is the 1998 Audi A8. I hope you like it, and I hope if you really like what you saw here, you pick one of these up. Just quick recommendation, look for one that the transmission has been replaced. I got this one because the transmission was replaced, the guy had all the paperwork, and he put stronger components. That means it's no good when you put another transmission, it's gonna break. You need to, the same transmission, it's gonna break. You need to upgrade it. You need to put a stronger components so it's gonna last. This one seems to be, well, so far so good. Really strong, shifts very nice, smoothly. Not as fast as newer transmission or dual clutch, but it's definitely good enough for how old it is, which is 20 years. So again, this is a really neat car. I feel like it will be great to see more of them out there. You never see them. I haven't seen one in Indy yet. I saw one like 4 years ago, and that's it, and I really liked it when I saw it. So, well, please like this video, and thank you for watching.